Welcome back to Being Powered. Today we're going to be doing another fun video with my 2008 Chevy Silverado. What does every truck need? More lights. So we have an LED light bar, a 52-inch LED light bar that Intech was so nice to send over from the AUTOSAVER88 page on Amazon.com. So with that said, let's get right into the unboxing. All right, we got some mounting brackets, which I don't know if we're going to be using or not. I'll explain that later. We have the wiring harness, which this should be plug and play, pretty easy. I've done this on the other light bars that we have. If you missed those videos, you can go ahead and click up here in the corner and watch them. And now for the grand entrance of the light bar. Ooh, it's a curved light bar too, if you couldn't tell. This thing looks mean. Check that out. This thing looks awesome. I can't wait to blind people. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. It's illegal. I wouldn't do that. Hey, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. That's how we grow the channel. So let's get right back to the video. All right, let's get into the tools that we need to do the job. A pair of pliers with the cutters. A socket wrench with a 10mm socket. Zip ties, a drill, a screw for the relay mount, a panel tool or pry bar, some shrink tubing and a lighter, some male and female connectors and a crimping tool, and a flashlight. Okay, let's go through the steps of what we're going to be doing in this video. The first step is we have to actually mount the light bar. Now this light bar is a universal light bar and the brackets that it come with are not made for any specific truck, so they will not fit my truck. I didn't want to drill into my truck and cause leaks in the roof if I didn't have to. Even though you can put silicone in it and it's covered up by the weather stripping, I just don't feel comfortable doing that at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, which is a magnet mount, and it will mount directly to the top of my truck, and then we'll use this instead. Now, if I don't like it in the future, I can always swap it out and drill into the truck if I want to, but for right now, I don't want to do that. So we're going to mount this to the light, plop it down on the top, and then we're going to wire it up. So let's get to the first step, which is mounting it. I'll put a link to the magnet mount and the light bar in the description. Now, until November 15th, there is a 5% discount, and that link will be valid for that discount. So go get you one if you want one for your truck or car or side-by-side or whatever. Or maybe it's a Christmas gift, but go get yourself one. 5% off. Okay, we went ahead and pre-installed the magnetic mount brackets on the light bar. It has an Allen head screw and it comes with the Allen wrench, so you don't even need your own tool for that. So with that said, let's get into the actual mounting. Okay, the next step that we're going to do is mounting it. We've already got it in place, so we're just going to put it where we think it should be. Okay, we got the mounts placed where we want them. I gotta say that I'm not truly impressed with these magnetic mounts, and eventually I am most likely going to be swapping them out either to the ones that drill in right here, or I might just get the ones that connect to the hood hinge and then install it down below my windshield. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do there, but look how sturdy this thing is. I mean, it works really well. It's not going to go anywhere. I don't like it how it sits on the roof and it's not angled with the flow of the roof. So that's why I want to swap it out. All right, now it's time to start wiring it up. We already have our wiring harness ready to go here. So what we're going to use is the lighter, your wire strippers and crimpers, and then I also have some bullet connectors and some shrink wrap. So that way we can make it kind of watertight and not have to worry about it being affected by the weather. Okay, the first step now is I took the shrink tubing and I cut it in half because it's too long. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and pre-load the shrink tubing here. Okay, so I have my bullet connectors. I'm gonna go ahead and slide them over the wires. Okay, so those are there. Now I'm going to crimp them down so that way we're good to go. We can start heating up the shrink wrap on this side. All right, we have them crimped down. Now it's time for shrink tubing. Take your lighter. All right, one side's done. Now we're going to move on to the other side. Same process with this side. It'll be a little easier because you have a lot more wire to work with. And the reason why we're doing it this way is we want it to be removable. Let's just say you go somewhere, you don't want to have to, especially in my case where I have the magnetized mount, I can just pop these loose, pull it off if I don't want to use it, or I can throw it down the hood, use it there if I need to for partying or whatever you want to use it for, and it doesn't matter. Then I can pop it right back on, put it on top. Easy. I like the mobility feature. All right, we have both sides done. Let's hook them together. All right, we got them connected together. And now we're going to pull back the weather stripping and just kind of place it down in here. We're going to next run it under this hood hinge cover. You can also do it beforehand if you want. We didn't, but this should just pop right off. And we'll run it through the hood. Then we start wiring it up for the battery and through the firewall, because there's a little button switch that you need in the interior of your truck. The next part, we're going to take off the hood hinge cover, and I've just grabbed a panel popping tool. You can grab, I mean, it can be anything, a pry bar, whatever, and you just kind of pop it under the edge of this piece here. It pops right up, and then you just kind of lift it. It's got 3 little clips in it. You just pull those up and you're good to go. Now we can start running it down under the hood, so that way we can start wiring it into the battery. So let's go. Next step. Now let's start running the wire. You know, if I was a smart man, I would have done it the opposite direction because there's less wire, but you know, I'm not. So I started it the wrong way, but that's okay. Now, pull the wiring through. Kind of put it somewhere like this. We might need to like kind of push this down in between the metal here, which is okay. All right, now let's put the hood hinge cover back on. All right, we went ahead and lined out our wire where we want it, and you have to go all the way down to the battery. So you can follow the wire all the way down across to the battery where the relay is. Then you have the switch wire coming back off of it. It has to come back across the vehicle. And here's your switch, and this will go through the firewall on the driver's side. It has a little connector in case you want to start from one end or the other. So we'll probably utilize that to where that way we don't damage the switch, and it's rather bulky, so it'd be easier to go through the firewall if it's not the switch. We're going to go ahead and tidy up the wiring. So we have our zip ties and some side cutters here, and we're going to go ahead and make it look nice and neat. Then we'll start fishing the wire through the firewall and connecting up the switch on the other side. Okay, we went ahead and mounted our relay. So now we just have to run the wire over to the battery. We're going to do that last. That way we don't mess anything up or cause any problems. Okay, now that we have everything tidied up and ran, now we're going to feed the switch wire through the firewall. So let's get right into that, and we'll be done after that. We'll hook up the battery and we'll be good to go, and we'll test this light bar. All right, as you can see right here, this is where you will feed the cable through the firewall. I've already got a hole here where I fed some other lines through for LED lights, so mine's there. If not, you'll have to make your own. But now that's here, I'm going to go ahead and try to feed this down through. Okay, I've got it fed through on this side. I'm going to go through on the cab side and pull it the rest of the way through, and then hook up the switch and stick it on. The cable's pulled through, so now I'm going to connect the switch and stick it on where I want it. So let's finish this up. Okay, I went ahead and tidied up the wiring. Got it zip tied up with the other wires that I have in here. I went ahead and I took this this little box off to make it easier for me to get my hand back in. I'm going to put it back on, and then I've mounted it right next to the other switches I have. So that's it. It's installed on this side, on the cab side. Let's go hook it up on the battery and test it out. We have everything connected up to the battery, so now we're going to test them. So let's see what they look like. I'm going to go ahead and shut the hood, and you can see how bright they are. Here we go. Let's test it out. Let's see. Oh, holy crap! I'm sure you're blinded right now, but wow! We need to take this out on a drive. Woo! Okay. We're going to take this thing out for a drive so we can really see how bright it is. All right, we're going out this country road. It's really dark out here. The only thing I have on is my headlights. Now, just for reference, this is my 18-inch LED light bar single layer. Ready? Okay, that's pretty bright, but let's do the new 52-inch dual layer light bar. Ready? Go. Oh, oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh!
Dang! Wow!
Wow!
It's blinding. I definitely wouldn't actually put this on somebody whenever I'm driving. That would hurt them.
It's off-road only.
Yeah, for sure. Woo! Here's the little one again. Man, it doesn't look like anything compared to that now.
Let's get around this curve. All right, hit us.
Jeez. Okay. Holy crap, was that bright. I can't believe how great that thing looks. I love the light bar. It's amazing. Now, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and swap out those brackets down the road, but for now, it looks awesome. And with that said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you like the content. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you go buy one of these because they're 5% off and until November 15th. So get it while it lasts. And with that said, God bless you, God bless America, be empowered out.